think the most surprising thing to me about being a grandmother is how effortless it is, because I thought part of being a grandmother was going to be a sense of the duty of it.
There is no typical Nana, and it isn't all cookies and milk.
It's wonderful, it is joyful, and it's very loaded. My son and daughter-in-law are living overseas, and my daughter-in-law gets pregnant. One day, out of the blue, I get a phone call saying they've decided they really want to be near family when the baby comes, so they moved to Washington, D.C. to be near us. All is wonderful, the baby's born. I'm like a schoolgirl with her first crush. And then when my granddaughter is 1 month old, my son, he announces that they're going back to Europe, and I am an absolute puddle on the floor. So it was really very, very early on in my experience of being a grandmother that I started to get, it's way more complicated than I had ever imagined.
My family lost 1/3 of its members in the Holocaust, so every birth is a kind of up yours to Hitler. I think part of the reason why I attempt to accumulate memories with my grandchildren is because I have so few memories of my own mother, who died when I was 15 and she was only 55 years old. I feel bereft of memories, and I would like to give that as a bequest to my children because I know how much it would mean to me to fill those blanks.
The most wonderful thing, and maybe the most unexpected thing, was how close I became with my daughter. Finally, I had something valuable to say. Oddly enough, I'm the first generation that grew up with rock and roll. And when you as a grandmother love the Stones as much as your grandchildren, and you feel a little bit proprietary about them, that's a whole nother level of sharing something that actually really matters. I remember when they all discovered Bob Dylan. Well, I'd been waiting. My grandmother sang Sweet Little Alice Blue Gown, which I loved, and Oh, Give Me Land, Lots of Land Under Starry Skies Above, which I love. But there isn't that same jolt of intimacy that comes with music we all know.
The contributors to this book, I feel like we sort of reinvented motherhood. We reconfigured the landscape of motherhood, family life, career. And now that as we're becoming grandmothers, we're doing the same thing. It's just a whole new world, and one that really has not before now been talked about.